What's up, guys? Gonna do another video here for you. Wanted to talk about the Black Friday sales for 2021 that are actually going on right now. I went out to my local Best Buy and they got their stuff already out there. So a lot of 4Ks, a lot of Blu-rays on sale. And you know me, I had to splurge a little bit, get ahead of the crowds if there's going to be any of that. I'm not sure if Best Buy and Target and all that stuff is going to be open for Black Friday this year, but they have their deals up now. You could do it online. Obviously, I compared prices on Amazon, and for the most part, everything was the same, but had to, I'm one that wants to get it in my possession as soon as possible. I know a lot of people don't really buy physical media anymore, but to me, I think it's still important. For a while there, I thought streaming and, buying stuff digitally was the way to go. And I forgot what movie it was that I bought on 4K digitally, but then I also bought the 4K disc. It might have been Avengers Endgame. And it was like night and day, where digitally streaming, they're still not caught up as far as like the amazing like precision on picture and all that stuff. It's not caught up yet with the way you watch stuff on actual physical discs. So to me, having the physical disc is still super important, and as long as it's around and as long as it's available and if I'm able to get it in that format, I will always push for physical media. So without further ado, I just wanted to go through a couple of my picks. Now I got a lot of stuff, so everything was very cheap. So for the most part, all of the 4Ks were around $10, minus the Disney stuff, which Disney's always going to be Disney and they're going to be a little greedy. So, but their stuff was marked down as well. So you're looking at $12.99 for all the Disney related stuff. So without further ado, let's go through this first round here of a couple of movies that I got on 4K that I just needed to put in my collection. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, available at Best Buy, $12.99, but also available online. But if you want your physical media now, you should go to your local Best Buy and pick it up now, because all the sales are running just fine. So pick that one up. Interested to see how this holds up as far as like this movie was from 1982. So we'll see if it's hold up, or 1980 I should say. I'm sorry. We'll see how it holds up. I've seen this on Disney Plus on 4K, and it didn't look too good as far as like the upgrade. So hopefully the actual physical disc will give it a better presentation. Plus, overall, I just like the movie in general. So for those of you that like to call me a Star Wars hater, there's actually a good majority of these movies that I liked. So there's The Empire Strikes Back. Also picked up Revenge of the Sith, which is probably in my top 3 favorite Star Wars movies, just because this is the one that kind of really sets the stage for everything. And the way it ends, it's very tragic and all that. So they did. George Lucas did a very good job bringing the drama back to Star Wars for this one, because up until then, when the prequels were getting released, it was kind of like a mixed bag with a lot of people. But this one, I think, for the most part, everybody enjoyed, I think. So again, this one was also $12.99. Again, these are Disney-related products, so they're a little bit higher priced than normal, but still a huge markdown from what they usually are. So this is usually like $30. But I know it's been dropping in price now that Disney Plus is in place. So, but still had to get it on physical media. Another one that I got was from earlier this year, Nobody. This one took forever to get priced down. So I think for the most part, this thing's been in the $25 to $30 range for 4K, but you can pick it up for $9.99. It was one of the surprise hits of the pandemic. Non-franchise, non-IP. It's got a... Why am I blanking on this guy's name right now? Everyone's gonna hate me now for this. Let me see here. Bob Odenkirk. My goodness, I am a bad film buff. I usually get all the actors' names right. Bob Odenkirk. Sorry, guys. I blanked out there for a second. But you can get this one for $9.99. Nice little action pick. Different kind of story, although it was kind of similar in terms of like the John Wick style. Although Bob Odenkirk is more relatable as far as like, hey, that could be me on the big screen, and I could do that. or try to do what he does in this movie. But Keanu Reeves and John Wick, he's more established as an action guy, Matrix, and all that stuff, Speed. So we're used to seeing him in that type of role. Bob Odenkirk, this was a nice little turn. He's usually the supporting character. He's usually the funny guy, and he's got some funny elements in this movie. But here he plays the tough guy, and he plays it very convincingly. Again, it was a surprise hit earlier this year. Didn't make a whole lot of money. Again, it was out at a time when still people were thinking about whether or not they wanted to come back to the movie theaters. But I highly recommend this movie. It's one of the best of the year. $9.99. I had to pick it up. Next up is a classic Matt Damon film. Came out a couple of years ago. And there's actually an extended version of this movie. It is The Martian. 4K. Again, also $9.99. Great supporting cast here. Matt Damon, Jeff Daniels, Jessica Chastain, Kate Mara, Donald Glover. There's so many actors in this movie. This is like Apollo 13 meets Castaway. Sorry for the background noise outside. This is close to my window. This is one of the best movies that come out in a very long time in terms of like blockbuster, big stars. Like you don't really see these kind of movies coming out anymore unless it's like Jurassic Park or if it's a Marvel movie. So this is one of the last like really big blockbuster movies with like a huge cast, a drama-filled comedy. Again, it's like Apollo 13 meets Castaway, so there's a lot of those elements in this movie. Actually, this is the first time I'm getting it on 4K, so I'm curious to see how the picture looks from director Ridley Scott. So he's usually pretty good, so looking forward to checking this one out. Again, $9.99, it's a steal. These are all Black Friday deals. A couple of other ones. Still got a bunch here that I picked up. Another one from last year. Really, really great movie. It was up for a lot of Oscars and all that stuff. And then overall, just good. It was a good, like, old school, like, movie star driven movie. Ford v Ferrari with Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Again, this is part of the Disney family, although released by 20th Century Fox, or now 20th Century Studios, which is owned by Disney. So this one was $12.99. But again, such a steal, such a great movie. This is a good father-son movie. I would say family overall. I mean, it's a little long. It's a little bit more... It's more adult, but like the whole family can watch this movie. It's a true story. It was really good. One of my favorites of the year last year. Two of my favorite actors in it, as I just mentioned in the other one. Matt Damon is in The Martian, but also he's in this one as well. And Christian Bale is always tremendous as always. So $12.99, good pickup. Back to another $9.99 pickup. This one's more intense. This was more dramatic. Also really good at the time that it came out. Surprise, and we'll see if we get any more movies like this going forward. Brad Pitt's Fury, $9.99. This is a good David Ayer film. Did Training Day, End of Watch. I know he's more recently known for the Suicide Squad, or the first one, not the new one that came out, but the first Suicide Squad movie, and that one's kind of like not his best work, but for the most part, he's good at movies like this, more character-driven, more intense, like the violence and the action's pretty good. Again, if you've seen End of Watch and Training Day, and if you like those movies, you'll definitely like this one, Fury. For $9.99, Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, John Bernthal, what's his name? Michael Pena. Great cast here. Sad movie, but really, really good. Fury, $9.99. This one was from earlier this year. This one got a lot of criticism as we headed into award season, but I thought it was really well made. Sam Mendes, director of American Beauty, did this one. 1917, $9.99. This movie is shot as if it was all done in one take, and that I know it's a gimmick. It's a lot of shit that people gave to it, but it was still really, really well made. Two unknown actors in this thing, George McKay and another guy, I forgot where, I think he's from Game of Thrones. But there's nice little cameos here from Benedict Cumberbatch, and I forgot who else. Is in it, but just nice little cameos. But the movie's about two guys just trying to get a message out about stopping an attack from happening. But this was one of the best movies of 2020. I thought it was it 2019 or 2020? Whatever. Either way, it's very recent, and it's shot really well. And I can't wait to rewatch this on 4K. This will be the first time me seeing it in this format. And it's one that's been out for a while, and it's been hard to get this one priced down. So $9.99, finally able to pick it up. We talked about Nobody earlier with Bob Odenkirk. I have most of these movies in my set already. I was missing one. John Wick Chapter 2. Had to add that to the collection. $9.99 right now. Mostly the John Wick movies are always available at a good price on 4K and all that stuff. So I thought I would just lump it in there. Just pick it up while I'm at it. Just continue to add to my collection. John Wick Chapter 2. We all know about these movies. They're great. They're fantastic. A lot of great action. Simple storytelling, but also great mythology building. John Wick 4 will be coming out soon. But this one, again, $9.99. These are always going to be cheap. So I guess if you're trying to have a little bit of a budget, and if you don't need to pick this one up, or if you already have it, whatever. But if you don't want to pick this up, and there's a couple of other ones that you want to, take instead of this one could probably go last on your list, just because this one's always, for the most part, always priced down. And a couple of more left here. Again, I splurged a little bit, guys. I just had to, these Black Friday deals, like, it used to be a huge thing in the past, and everybody'd go out and these things would, sell out completely, and it'd be, massive lines all over the place. It's kind of changed in the last couple of years, with streaming and all that stuff. But, I still get all ramped up. I'm like, oh, is there going to be any available in the store? Am I going to get a chance to get a copy? I don't know. I'm just wired that way. Another Star Wars film, New Hope, or the original. Again, this is probably my favorite Star Wars film out of all of them. So, again, I've seen this one on 4K on Disney Plus, and the graphics and all that stuff didn't really upgrade well, at least in the 4K streaming part of it. So hopefully on the 4K disc it'll look a little bit better. The picture will be a little crisper, and the added special effects that George Lucas did when he was doing the special editions and all that stuff. Hopefully that stuff doesn't really get in the way. But again, probably my favorite Star Wars film out of all of them. $12.99. Now this one is a Best Buy exclusive, and I'm pretty good about following what's going to be coming out. I follow films at home, mid-level media. I'm always on Blu-ray.com, checking up on all the latest updates on everything. I saw this, and I saw the price on it, $12.99 for a Steelbook. And I hadn't seen it before. I'm usually good about going to walk in every 1 or 2 weeks into the stores just to see if there's anything that I may like. Sicario, the original, not part 2, the original. Nice 4K Steelbook, Best Buy exclusive. Incredible cover here. Sorry, I got the glare of the light there, but nice cover there. It's a slip cover, so this is from Lionsgate, and they've been doing these with some of their movies. I think American Psycho being another one of them, but I didn't pick up that one. But this is the first time I saw this one in stores, and I saw the price, $12.99. Usually for Steelbooks, you're looking at $34, $35, close to $40 depending on what it is and depending on what the packaging is. Now, for as deluxe as this looks with the slipcover and all, I was expecting this to be like $40, but I saw it for $12.99. Again, I don't know if it's part of the Black Friday deal, but could not pass it up. So if you see it at your local Best Buy, go get it. This movie got a lot of criticism. I enjoyed it for what it was. There was parts of it that could have been trimmed down, but I'm liking this story that's being told from director Patty Jenkins and star Gal Gadot. Wonder Woman 1984. This thing's been heavily priced at like $30 pretty much all year. This came out about a year ago in December. It's now down to $9.99, so perfect time to pick it up. I love the first Wonder Woman movie. This one not as much as the first one, but I still thought it was a decent entry into the series. I know a lot of people hated it. They had their reasons. I totally get it, but you can't change the way I experience a movie. And when I saw it, I enjoyed it. So I liked it for what it was. I can't wait to revisit it. It's been a while. I've only seen it once. So, my opinions change, throughout the years. And, My opinions don't always stay the same on movies, so it could change. But for now, from what I remember, I liked it a lot, so I had to pick it up. Again, $9.99 for those of you that like your DC, like your comic book movies. This is a good pickup. And last one, they just did the remake right now on Disney Plus, which I have no interest in. Have nothing, don't want anything to do with it. So I saw the original and I saw the price, picked it up. Home Alone, $9.99. Good priced classic holiday film. Still holds up till today. I covered this on my podcast on the 90s Films Turn 30 series on Palace Off the Top Rope Presents. I rewatched this last year. I usually rewatch this every now and then. It's one of those timeless classics that you can rewatch over and over. $9.99. Again, if you see this at your Best Buy, it's definitely worth the pickup, especially if you're a 4K collector. I know this is not like an action-packed movie, but it's still, a classic that you want to own and you want to pass down from generation to generation. It's one of those classic holiday movies. And as you saw, I did a big haul there for the Black Friday deals going on. Now this was just Best Buy, so I don't know if Target's got their stuff going on now, or Walmart, or if anybody else I have to look into all that stuff, but I walked into Best Buy today and it was all out there for me, so I was like, I just got to jump on it now. Why not? I mean, those prices aren't going to last long, and if you're into 4K like I am, those discs are very expensive, so now's the time to jump on all of that stuff. So yeah, if you're out and you're a physical media collector, 4K, go out to your local Best Buy. All of the Black Friday deals are in play right now.